We have to make this video because it's a very important one. So what I'm doing is it's a video on what I've been doing on my Explorer, so what I've been buying, what I've been selling, and then more importantly, why I've been buying and why I've been selling. So we're going to go back to about 21 days ago. So the very first big one was that I sold my Malric, and then I also sold my Yoden. So we're on two different accounts. The one's the Connorman, the other one's SL Guides. These are both my accounts if you didn't know. And then right now I'm comfortably sitting at about 300,000 DEC, and that's purely because we have been selling cards. So obviously 21 days ago, if you rewind the clock, that's near the start of Chaos Legion and the dropping of Chaos and the general sale. So obviously what I needed to do was, my original plan was to have my SPS fund my Chaos Legion, but with SPS dropping to 0.2 or 0.1, I didn't want to give up my SPS. I would rather hold that, earn passive APR, earn passive vouchers. I think that's much better. So instead, what I had to do to fund it, because I didn't want to drop, and I just didn't have 2,000 US dollars on me, I needed to self-fund myself by selling some cards. So the first card I had to sell, unfortunately, was my Malric. Looking at the market right now, I don't think it was a bad decision. It is an alpha, and there's probably, I mean, like I said, looking at it right now, it's not a bad decision. Like, this BCX is 21, so to get a level 4, mine was a level 5. So level 4 is already selling for 300, but I sold my level 5 for 400. No regrets. I completely think that I'm actually really upset about it, as most of you all know, but basically I completely think that Tarsa destroys Malric in terms of utility, because she's way cheaper. And then what she does is the +1/+1 is it basically combines the two old beta summoners together, so you get so much more utility for just one more mana. And then in terms of price, it also just destroys the need for Paldo Emberstorm. So Tarsa, while she's a great summoner, she has completely destroyed the previous fire summoners in my opinion. And for that reason, I don't like her, but I still think I will pick up her and I'll get a leveled one of her eventually as a substitute and a replacement for my Alpha Malric. Unfortunately, the other thing I had to sell was my Yoden. This was actually, I did a bid, so somebody had a bid for 630. At the time, the cheapest one was about 670, but I decided to give that up and just quickly accept the bid. And if we look at Untamed, like, I think that was a good decision, as prices have still continued to drop after the general expansion release. Other cards that I sold were just random gold foils. So I sold a gold foil rare that I got from a pack. Oh, I bought a pirate captain because I really like pirate captains. Like, pirate captains, the beauty behind a pirate captain is, and you should always do this, is that like a level 1 has 1 HP, 3 health, 2 speed, but if you get a level 2, it does 2 damage. So to have a 3 mana cost that does 2 damage, 3 HP and snipe, it's a good card. So I just saw a random level 2 pirate captain, so I decided to pick it up, but that was 10 days ago. So if we go back to, oh, never mind, we're going to just keep this in order. So I saw a pirate captain, I picked it up because it was just a good buy. And then what else did I sell? Okay, I sold a gold foil lone boatman just because I had one. I sold my badger level 5. I don't know why I did that, but that's okay. I'm just selling cards to get some cash, basically, to get the EC. I sold my Grum straight away. I sold that. So as you know, the other cards that I sold straight away, you probably shouldn't do it. But actually, no, you should do it if you're me, but if you build in your deck, you shouldn't do it. But basically, when I got my airdrops of the whale, when I got my airdrops of Grum, when I got basically any airdrops, I straight away sell them. Because on the first day, it's the news, it's the hype, everyone wants to get in on them, everyone wants to buy them. They're the new fresh card. These cards are going to be available in the packs, so if you got a little bit more patience, just wait. More of them will be unboxed and unopened, and then you can buy them at a cheaper price. So just on the first day of your airdrops, I quickly try and sell them, just because I know that people will buy them for the hype and just to have them and fill their decks out. And then just a few days later or 1 month later, I'll rebuy them at maybe even as cheap as half the price. I think I sold the whale for 24. I sold my Yriel at 18. I sold my Grum at 17.9. So Grum's held his value, which is really good, but in general, you sell. Yep, I sold my other Grums as well at 17.9. Oh, I sold Mother Khala. This was a weird one because it was 5.8, so I don't actually even know if that is a good sell. I always feel bad selling my summoners, but yeah, she's at 5. She's at 5 at the moment, so 5.8 is still profit and still a good time to sell. I bought, I don't know why, but I bought an Obsidian. I quite like it. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just laughing at myself. So, in case you guys didn't know, I think Obsidian Sentinels are really good. And this one was just selling at 3.5, so it was significantly lower than what is normal. So I picked one up. And the reason these cards are so good, it's just not on this account, I still have it, I haven't sold it. But the reason these cards are so good is that when you level them up, they basically will become, especially if you're in like max level and it gets Thorns and Return Fire, these cards are, so both the Onyx Sentinel and then obviously the Elmo Combino, these cards will become the modern version of a card that I love to bits and also hate to bits, but they will become basically the Lord A of the game. So where is he? So there's Lord A, same thing, shield, void, magic reflect, thorns. So these ones might not have magic reflect, but they'll have archer reflect. So, and yeah, so these are just the more modern versions of them. So I think that they're going to be extremely valuable. And like if you compare 158 US dollars for a level 1 Lord A that gives you shield and void, you could buy, instead of 158, you just simply go and you would buy 3 of these, or 10 of these, sorry, for 3.7, so that's $30, and you get more HP, you get the shield, you get the void, and you get the same speed. So it's the same card, but it's a modern day version of it. But obviously, once you get Lord A leveled up, it's better. Same thing. Once you get an Onyx Sentinel leveled up, it's better. But unlike Lord A, it doesn't activate in silver and gold tier. It only activates better in diamond and above. Just like the Malric. Yeah, so just like the Malric, the reason I sold my kitty cat is because one, I go here, here, here. Okay, so the reason I sold my Khala is because one, I sold it at about 144 or 143 US dollars a piece. So I sold my one, I only had one, because one, I didn't want to invest to buy 3 to get the heal. It's a really good card. It's got the 2 different types of attack, so it's very good. It's got lots of HP plus heal. You basically need this card at level 2 in order to activate it properly. Problem for me is that I didn't have enough of them to make it level 2, so I only had it at level 1, which is a problem. And then the second thing is, I looked at the Untamed, and even though a lot of people don't like him because of this ability, I love him because of this ability. So you get a very similar monster, minus the fact that recharge is bad and people hate it. But for instead of paying $400 for a level 2, you pay $30 for a level 2 that has heal and roughly the same amount of HP and the same amount of armor. So in terms of your frontline tank, I agree that the dice one is better, but in terms of paying $30 versus paying $400, it's a no-brainer, especially for you new guys that are just starting to build your decks. Buy the cards now while they're cheap, and then once these cards sell out and they're more scarce, hopefully they go up in value, and then new players will come in, and then you can sell your cards, and vice versa, and you grow like that. So yeah, no regrets selling a level 1 cat in order to buy a level 3 Yriel. It's a bit of a downgrade, but at least I get the heal compared to not getting the heal. I sold my squids. This in hindsight was probably a bad idea. I actually quite like having gold foils. They're really easy to delegate. So I definitely shouldn't be doing that. Oh my god. Really bad choice by me. As you can see, somebody's already bought them all out. Damn, that's really sad. I should have kept one. Golden rule. Never sell all of your stock, always just sell the extras. So 17, this was a bad call. It's now become 29. So this was a bit of desperation on my part, which is not good. Okay, I sold one of my Lirner shines. So same thing. While I think, let's stop looking at that squid, it's making me sad. But basically, while I think these dice summoners are S tier, like I consider a Malric crawling and a Lirner shine definitely S tier summoners and really strong summoners, and by far this is by far the best level 3 or 3 mana cost life splinter, and this is by far the best level 3 mana earth summoner. Problem is, if you're just starting this game, would you rather spend $33 on a level 1 that'll basically just help you crawl out of bronze, or you can just invest and buy for the same amount of money like a level 2 or halfway to a level 3. So it's a bit unrealistic right now where how you spend your money. So I sold one of my Lirner shines because I've got a whole bunch of her. Like I think I had like 6, but I didn't want to craft them together to make a level 2 because I'm playing in silver and gold league. So yeah, same thing. I just sold a bunch more of her at 13.9 a piece. I don't know what she's selling at right there. I didn't actually look properly. She's selling at 14.5, so I sold her a bit cheaper than she should have, but that's okay. That was 8 days ago. So this was 4 days ago. Cool. So we're still going. Sold a bit more of her. These obviously aren't all me. I can't remember what I did here, but I must have sold one of my centaurs. $2 a piece, it looks like, which is actually a pretty good cost. Do I have any more of those? But same thing. I was just selling some cards for the sake of getting more DEC to earn more airdrops because I've got just too many cards. So I'm just slowly, yep, same thing. I'm just selling some of my dice summoners because while I think Quid is good, and for $4.4 to $5 a piece, he's very good, I still just think that I would rather own some of the new Chaos Legion summoners than own a Quid. I would rather own a Tarsa than a Quid, and Tarsa's cheaper. So selling some cards to buy new cards, basically. Once again, this is just me being me. While I was looking at cards and selling cards, so I love water, obviously. Like, if you didn't know that by now, you should. So if you look here, the BXC is 0.4 at the cheapest, and then level 1s are 1.5. So I managed to get a level 3, which is 5 of them for $3 a piece. So you can do the math, but it's basically way cheaper than buying a... It's way cheaper than buying level 1s, and if you look at level 3s now, the cheapest one is $5, so buying at $3 is a bit of a steal. Nearly 50% discount compared to where the market's at, so it's a good buy. So even now, like, I still haven't lost this habit. Like, you guys can do this. You don't have to have hundreds of US dollars or thousands of US dollars. You can find cards like this for $3 a piece, and you can sell it at 4.5. Like, I can easily sell this right now at probably 4.5 and it would sell. So if it sold at 4.5 minus my tax of 5%, I still make $1 profit, which is still 33% profit on buying a card 4 days ago. And then you just constantly keep buying and selling and flipping, and you'll make some losses. Like these golden squids, I lost money there, but you never know how the market's going to react. They could have gone down more. Same thing. I sold some of my Crowlings. Not too many, because obviously this was bought by 4 players, so I sold maybe 1 or 2. In this case I sold 1. You can see that 2 were sold by Flying Guns. But basically same thing. I've got a whole bunch of level 1 Crowlings. I think I have 5. So I was just selling 1 just to test the market and also just get like $35 for it. Because I would rather have $35 in DEC right now than I would have 1 Malric Crowling either rented or just sitting in my inventory. This was a weird one, but basically I have a lot of Goblin Assassins. I think I still do. So I have a level 7, I've got a level 2, and then a whole bunch of level 1s. And I've also got a level 4 or a level 5 in my main deck. So I just decided to sell a level 4 for $10 just because I'd rather have $10 than a level 4 assassin right now. I sold my Spirit of the Grog. I love this card, but I don't use it a lot. And also, I also don't have a... yeah, same thing. I sold it at 230, and I actually bought this card for like $20 back in the day, so it was a good time to sell it. I'd rather have $200 US in DEC earning me SPS right now than I would have my Spirit of the Grog, so I'm okay with that. Since we're 3 days ago there, on this account, okay, this was just me helping a friend. One of my friends needed power, so I just bought some quick cheap cards. This was way too overpriced at $4 each. If you buy reward cards, especially like the legendaries, what you should do is buy the reward cards at the end of the season, because everyone gets their seasonal rewards, everyone opens them, and then there's just a flood of them on the market. So like if you look right now, you can see that it's 3.3 and 3.6, but when I bought them 4 days ago, it wasn't end of season yet, so it was $4 a piece. And then what will happen is these cards will become cheaper middle of the season, and then, I mean, they'll be more expensive in the middle of the season, in the next week or so, and then by end of season, there'll be a new flood of them coming in, and then they'll get picked up, and that's just normal, and that's just how it goes. What else did I buy? Okay, I also bought an Oaken, and I bought... Okay, so I'll explain this later. I didn't realize that was more personal. What other cards did I sell? Okay, I sold my Lensmaster, so good card. Why did I sell my Lensmaster? So I sold it at 51, it's 48 right now, so it's also at 51, so somebody's just gone a little bit lower. So I like Lensmaster, but I already have a few of them. As you can see, I've still got 1 on this account. So while he's a good card, same thing. Would you rather have a Lensmaster or 12 packs? Or would you rather have a Lensmaster, 1 Lensmaster, or would you rather have a whole bunch of Chaos Legion legendaries? Like I could buy for $51, I could buy what this. That's only $20. This is 32. This is 38. This is 43, and then this would be 50. I could probably have this entire top row of legendary cards for one Lens Master. So even though he's more scarce and rare, I'd rather go wide than just have him. Plus I've got 2, and I don't want to. Yeah, I think that's also just the mentality right now. A Lens Master at level 2 just gets 1 extra HP, and I don't care enough for that 1 extra HP to invest and turn 3 $51 cards into one $150 card. So I've sold 1 Lens Master. I was very excited about this. I sold my Wizard of the Eastwood, level 7. I think I sold him a bit too cheap, but I was kind of in a rush because I do like the idea of selling all of this. Okay, it's not too bad. There's a level 7 selling at 350. I sold mine at 333. So actually this $4 card one is not too bad, but I would rather get an Obsidian for the same price. So it's up to you guys. But this is actually, I remember this now, it was really funny. So sold this card for 333 a piece, and then I straight away bought a level 3 for 60 because it was at a really good price. Level 3 is 14, so 16. I don't want to do the maths, but you can just do the maths yourself. It was a really good deal. Like I got $200 out of it, or 270, plus I got back a level 3 for my level 7, so it was a good trade. It was a downgrade for sure, but at least I got my level 3 out of it, and I'm sure I can do something good with that. Oh, there you go. Level 3 was also at $40 a piece. And then I bought an Alric. So these are the cards that I've been buying. Like, I don't know why he is so cheap. I understand that if you look at him in terms of 30 Chaos Legion packs, maybe he's a bit expensive. But if you go, but if you go like this, and then you go Summoners, it literally goes 128 for level 1, 180, 200, 500, 550, 600. I don't think Alric is I seriously think he's super underrated. I would put him above Chances, and then I would put Mimosa above him. I would go Chances is the worst, then Deep Swimmer, then Mimosa. I would go Kitty, then I would go Llama, then I would go Zaku. But I also understand that Kitty's more scarce. But I definitely think he's underrated, and for 100, how much did I pay? 120. I think that was a good buy for me. I think, yeah, I really like him, and I didn't have him in my deck, so it was a good time to buy because I sold some cards. So that's roughly what I've been doing in terms of selling. So what I did here is this was a part of a trade. I bought an Oaken, and I bought this for a trade that I did recently. Is there a way to see gift cards? Oh, there is. Okay. Okay, there it is. So what I did is I recently did a cool trade where I traded I traded 3 Crowlings and a Lirner Shine, and then what I received, Godfather was the middleman, and then I received a gold foil Gin Oceanus, and to me that was a good trade. You guys can let me know in the comments down below if you think it was a good trade, but I think it was a good trade. I was quite proud of it. What's the Gin Oceanus at the moment? Let's find out. 125. So $125 for 35, 35, 35. What's that? 90, 100, 105 plus a Lirner Shine, 115. So it was a very fair trade. It was like 120 for 123 for 125. Obviously, would be minus 5% selling, but that's okay. I quite like a Gin Oceanus, so, and I also got rid of some of my extra level 1 summoners, so that was a no-brainer for me. And then I also recently did a trade of a whole bunch of gold foils, including my Gin Oceanus, and then that's where I had to buy another Oaken because I didn't have an Oaken to trade, but I basically had to trade the Oaken and then also the Gin Koala, and that was for some Ethereum NFTs. But yeah, I guess that's just what's happened in my deck and what I've been doing recently. So please comment down below what you guys are doing with your assets, what cards you're buying, what cards you think I should be looking at, and what cards I should be buying. I think if I ever have time, I would love to do like a $10 to $100 challenge to show you guys like maybe that's what I should do, like what $3 cards or what $5 cards I buy to flip, or what super cheap cards I would buy to flip. But it all just depends on how much time I have and stuff like that. Anyway, sorry this video took a bit longer than it needed to be. I hope this helps. Catch you guys in the next one.
So please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. And if you're a new player, please use the promo code and I'll happily send you the $0.5 back to you. It just lets me know that people are watching and using the promo, and I'm helping new players join the community. Also, if you find me on the Discord, just pop me a message. I'll happily delegate any of the new players some power